Yo, what's good, fellas? So, we finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I just dropped the 1,000 sub special. I'm gonna leave a link to it down in the description below. Make sure y'all check that out, bro. It's a banger, bro. It's a banger. But anyway, make sure y'all check that out. I just want to say again, thank you. Thank y'all. In such a short time, we made a difference, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We're not gonna stop. Why stop now, you know? But anyway, something y'all been talking about in my comment section lately when I've been talking about Boruto's UZUHIKO or whatever was that he knows Typhoon release. And all of a sudden I'm like, where did y'all get this from? What is Typhoon release? I have never heard of this in my life. Have I heard of it? I don't know. Maybe it was in some type of filler, but you don't pay attention to filler like that because it's really not like all that important. Typhoon release, I guess that's something new. So I'm gonna have to try to understand it so we could break it down, bro. I mean, I can see why it might have some type of relevance to Boruto's new Rasengan, but I don't know what this is, bro. But before we start the video, make sure y'all go show some love to the Grass Ninja. I'm gonna leave the link to his channel down below in the description as well. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Yo, what's going on, you guys?
Okay.
The Grass Ninja. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about the Rasengan, UZUHIKO, Boruto's brand new jutsu that he has launched, or at least beginning to launch, at the end of Chapter 2 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex.
And just when you think you have it all figured out, right? You think I thought I had it all figured out, bro. I honestly did, but why y'all talking about some Typhoon release? What is this, bro?
So to get you guys caught up on what's happening, Boruto basically says that if you don't withdraw your army of claw grimes, then Code, I will have to kill you.
I'll let you live.
Code's like, nah. And then Boruto reminds him that I could easily kill you, right? So withdraw your army. And Code is like, nah. So Boruto, who's a—
Bro, you gotta get the ignorant niggas out of here, bro. I swear, Code. Hey, Code act like one of them. Code acts like one of them. He gave him 2 warnings. 2 warnings, bro. He still don't want to take it. So whatever happens to Code now, it's none of my business. Whatever Boruto's about to pull out is about to one-shot Code, and I'm not gonna feel sad for him. Actually, I'ma still stand by what I'm saying. Code is gonna run. He's not gonna fight Boruto. He's too strong, bro. Code is gonna run, come up with some side plan, come back, try to get some comeuppance. It's not gonna work.
Attempted using his talk no jutsu has basically come to the conclusion that there is no saving guys.
He doesn't do that. He's not his dad.
He's ready to engage.
He don't do talk no jutsu
in what looks like a 1v1, right? So this is kind of like a rematch.
His jutsu is no talk no jutsu. We gonna get it on.
Unlike Kawaki, who's already activated his karma seal, Boruto, not activating the karma or the Jogan or tapping into any of Momoshiki's powers,
none of that, decides
to activate and use a brand new jutsu, his brand new Rasengan.
Right, he don't need the karma. He don't need it.
Hiko. Now we don't
to deal with them, to deal with the little claw grinds. No, he don't need it. This man is one shot and these Frieza looking like shit's easy. Kawaki need a whole karma just to blow his head off or something. Boruto, nah. Slit slice, nigga, like, come on. And he about to hit him with that Rasengan, bro. The Typhoon release, whatever y'all talking about.
I don't know what this is, right? Off visuals alone, we see that he opens up his—
I'm done pausing, by the way. I'm done pausing. No more pausing.
Instead of like some orb of chakra begins surrounding Boruto, almost like wind is spiraling around him, with some people theorizing that Boruto himself is the Rasengan, right? I've seen people make connections to—
we said that.
It's like the Hyuga clan's rotation or Sasuke's Chidori Nagashi.
Yeah.
But let's take it a step further, because we have to scale to the level of Code. Boruto says he's ready to kill this man because he's not withdrawing his army from Konoha.
And I said Code is stated to be several times stronger than Jigen. And if this is just— let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. If UZUHIKO is nothing but just a big Rasengan with Boruto in the middle, it's not gonna kill Code. It's not gonna kill— not even a massive Rasengan could probably kill Code. Not even the one that Boruto and Naruto made against Momoshiki could probably do the job. So you think a regular Rasengan, which Boruto has, he didn't infuse no type of Shinjutsu in it, or we don't know. I'm not even gonna say that yet. But it looks like a regular Rasengan, just massively bigger with Boruto in the middle to play as his defense. That's not gonna one-shot Code. So it has to be more to it that we don't know about. I don't know. It could be. We gotta see.
And this is the jutsu he chooses to use in order to achieve that. So, if we break down the Rasengan, UZUHIKO. Let's try to figure out what that translates to and see if there's any.
We know what it translates to, though.
That we could pick up on that would scale to the level of achievement Boruto's aiming for. So, Rasengan basically translates to the spiraling chakra sphere.
Or Vortex Boy. You could do either one, but I think Vortex Boy is easier.
Being prepared for the Minato one-shot. We know that the Rasengan was named by Kushina because it's inspired by the Vortex, right? And then we have UZUHIKO, which isn't a real word. We have, like, it's kind of like a combination of Uzumaki and, like, something that could either translate to the universe, space, or, like, boy or young prince. So I've seen a lot of people try to translate
Boruto's the young prince.
Kishimoto's
come on, bruh.
Technically just inventing a word here. I've seen people say it could translate to the thunder whirlpool. I've seen other people just outright call it Vortex Boy because Hiko can sometimes be used to refer to as lad.
Nah, that's a fire AIR. I ain't gonna cap.
There's a lot of formality that goes into this type of translation if you go in that direction. Thinking of young lord, like how Boruto is formally addressed in
young
Konoha
lord
by individuals, since he's the Hokage's son, much like how everyone would address Konohamaru as young lord as the third Hokage's son or grandson. Now, when it comes down to it, though, there's actually a connection with Hiko and one of the Shinto gods that Kishimoto likes to play with when it comes to creating powers in this universe. The Shinto god of wind, SHINJUTSU.
Yeah, the dude out for Final Fantasy. But what can he do, though? All right, maybe I'm missing something. We got to see what his attack is.
This is pretty dope because some translations of
the saying got the same little Hiko in his name,
and it emphasizes the
from some Final Fantasy game named after Shinto god of wind.
Associated with the Shinto god of wind, SHINJUTSU. Now,
SHINJUTSU.
Japanese belief, they believed that the wind was caused by the breath of a deity. According to the Shinto lore, Izanagi, the god of creation, created SHINJUTSU from the breath of his mouth, right? Now, Izanagi in the Shinto lore is the creator god who created Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi from the tears that fell.
So chill, you're getting me excited a little bit. Imagine Rasengan UZUHIKO be the strongest Rasengan. Not even in size, though. Not even in size. But from pure, like, power alone, it gotta be the strongest. These strong winds created from a god, I mean, that's a metaphor, by the way. That's a metaphor. It just symbolizes how strong the winds are. So you're saying that should be enough power to one-shot Code. But it gotta be some godly amount of wind, though. Are you serious right now?
Fell from his eyes, and the Susanoo from the snot and breath that left his nose, while SHINJUTSU is the breath that left his mouth, the god of wind.
Insane.
Now, sometimes, right, in some cultural beliefs and rituals, rice farmers would actually erect shrines. They would create entire shrines to the god of wind.
I'm understanding it more now, okay.
In order to try and pacify violent windstorms like typhoons from destroying their crops, farms,
Typhoon.
So these people would literally erect shrines of the wind god to signal that they are believers. They're praying for his mercy so that he doesn't bring a typhoon on their land, right? So a typhoon is essentially a tropical storm synonymous with hurricanes, with the only difference between a typhoon and a...
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Because Boruto's stronger than that. If he would have pulled out something as strong as what I think UZUHIKO is, the village would be gone too. That would definitely be stronger than Pain's almighty push, by the way. If I think what he's saying is correct, there's no way Boruto's pulling this out in the village. Hell no. We gotta keep in mind that they're in the village fighting. Boruto ain't gonna be pulling out no type of planetary attack. I don't know what this is, but low-key, hold on, let me say something. It's possible that he can direct the attack so it doesn't really spiral out of control, or maybe he could direct it straight at Code and send him flying or something. But it still has to be powerful enough to kill him. And to kill a foe several times stronger than Jigen, you're gonna need this type of power. I'm not even gonna cap to you. You're gonna need something like this. I just don't know how Boruto's gonna pull that off.
Hurricane being your geographical location. If you are up here in North America, think like Florida or Hawaii, right? Those places, are hit by hurricanes. That's what they're commonly called. A typhoon is what they would call a hurricane in places like India or Japan, right?
Okay.
So on that side of the
So
globe,
basically a hurricane.
they would refer to a hurricane as a typhoon. But if you look at imagery from satellites, they're the same thing. It's a spiraling cyclone of wind, sometimes hitting as high as 90-mile-per-hour winds that collect water from the ocean, creating extra storm clouds that can generate lightning. So these are super powerful storms created.
Yeah, that makes sense because Boruto, he has water release, he has lightning release. So if UZUHIKO is something he could spew from his body, but he could also add the different changes of nature, whatever he masters. Like, I don't know, maybe he mastered another chakra nature by now, who knows? But as far as we know, he has water and lightning release, right? And wind release, but we already know that. He can add those chakra natures to the UZUHIKO to kind of amp it. That would be tough as well.
By wind patterns that form in cyclonic patterns, I guess. And this is pretty serious, right? Hurricanes can deal serious damage.
Good.
He named an entire Shinto god of wind being responsible for typhoons that would destroy places, right? Now, in Naruto, we have a chakra nature Kekkei Genkai dubbed as Typhoon Release.
It's real? Bro! Wait, hold
A
on.
chakra nature Kekkei Genkai dubbed as Typhoon Release.
When?
It actually debuted in one of the novels, Sasuke Shinden.
Oh, I remember. Oh, what's his name? Oh my god. What's his name, bro? Y'all know his name. Fushin, that's his name.
Adaptation, we see Sasuke fight against one
Typhoon style. Oh my, that's what it was from? Oh, what? I haven't seen that in years. Bro.
of Typhoon Release, Nowaki. Now, Typhoon Release on its surface just appears to be like an over-exaggerated wind release. It's an overpowered version of wind style.
That ain't killing code.
Nowaki was so strong
that couldn't even do
with
anything to
Typhoon
Sasuke.
release that he actually forced Sasuke to use the perfect Susanoo in order to put out these typhoons.
Low key, hold on, you might be cooking. And the thing about it, I remember Sasuke did defeat Fushin by did he jump out of the Susanoo and land on Chidori right in the eye of the typhoon where he was at. But if Boruto can emit like a Rasengan form, there's no eye. It's just straight like typhoon. There's no weakness. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? If it's like a rotation, there's no eye.
So the perfect Susanoo being compared to the Biju was required in order to stop these massive.
And let's be honest, bro. Boruto would probably be 5 times as powerful as this guy. Like, who is he? Who is this guy? Who is he, bro? Boruto's gonna pull something more crazy around. I promise you.
Level typhoons created by Nowaki and his new chakra nature Kekkei Genkai. Now, while it's not officially confirmed what 2 chakra natures are required to achieve the typhoon release, it is still highly believed that typhoon
it's a mixture.
release, like all the other chakra nature Kekkei Genkai, right, is a combination of 2 different chakra natures. Just like
wind
how
would be one of
lava
them,
release
for
is
sure.
a combination of fire and earth release, right?
Yeah.
Or how boil release is a combination of water and fire. I suspect that typhoon release is the combination of wind and lightning changes in chakra nature.
Okay.
Since water
Boruto has
and
both,
lightning
so
have been
it makes
taken up
sense.
by the gale release, that's what Darui uses to power his laser circus, and how ice release is the combination of water and wind. The only combination we haven't really seen is wind and lightning, right? Now with the Shinto god SHINJUTSU being responsible for protecting people and creating typhoons, typhoon release being created out of the wind change in chakra nature and being capable of thrusting thunderclouds, shooting lightning and destructive capabilities on people's land, it kind of makes sense. Now, why am I trying to connect the typhoon release to Boruto's new Rasengan? Well, let's just take a look at what Boruto's actually capable of doing with his other variations of the Rasengan, right? Boruto out here has created the Vanishing Rasengan, which he achieves by imbuing the Rasengan with a lightning change in chakra nature. This Rasengan can be hurled as a projectile, and it can also literally vanish, okay, to the point where even if you have clairvoyant powers like the Byakugan or the Sharingan, you can't see it, okay? It is an invisible Rasengan. And then he has the wind style Rasengan, right? Which actually manifests this tiny little ring around the Rasengan of wind change in chakra nature. Almost like how Naruto eventually turned it into the Rasen Shuriken, Boruto has also just learned the basic wind style Rasengan.
He's cooking right now.
Can also be hurled as a projectile and is more powerful than your common Rasengan.
So, matter of fact, if you kind of mix both of them, when the Vanishing Rasengan has the power of this Rasengan right here, but you would have to amp it probably like 5 times to, at the end of the day, you have to scale this attack to no limit code, which is actually insane. I don't know how he's gonna do that, because right now it's looking like that's a good attack. That's a damn good attack. Jonin Kage rank attack. But let's be honest here, we're working with some type of alien gods right now. Like, come on, these dudes are not to be played with. And for this thing to do anything to code, it would have to be strong.
But on top of that, he has the compression Rasengan.
Now that right there is my favorite. Even though it couldn't burst one of Ishiki's cubes, if you would amp it or use some type of amplification to this could be deadly right here. Because against flesh, this could tear you limb from limb, not gonna lie. And I don't think Code has any properties to his flesh that would make it harder or anything like Deepa had to his. You know, he used it to beat Deepa. Yeah, if this comes in contact with Code, he would be in trouble. But not to kill him, no, like, let's be for real. It would probably need a crazy amplification. But if you would add a change in chakra nature, then that's a whole different story.
He achieves by modifying the shape transformation of your Rasengan. Since he was incapable of supplying his Rasengan with enough chakra to create the big ball or Odama Rasengan,
yeah, I like this one.
He went in the other direction and it pumped as
imagine a massive high compression Rasengan. You're dying. You're done.
Rasengan, which Kakashi argues is more deadly. So what do we have here? Boruto can add lightning change in chakra nature to the Rasengan. He can add wind change in chakra nature to the Rasengan, and he can modify the chakra shape of the Rasengan in a way higher fashion, right? The Rasengan is already classified as the pinnacle of shape transformation, and then Boruto is being able to advance that pinnacle. So we actually don't know what Boruto's chakra affinity is, and this is important
affinity,
because whatever
nature
chakra
affinity,
nature you have an affinity for will be the nature you can create the strongest jutsu with.
I would think it's wind, right? Is it not wind?
Kakashi teaches us that whichever chakra nature you have the strongest affinity for will supply you with the strongest outcome of jutsu. So back in Shippuden, we saw Kakashi explain this to everyone, where he basically says that everybody has an affinity for one chakra nature. You can learn the others, but your chakra affinity will supply you with the strongest outcome.
Yeah, your strongest.
Test what
I thought it was wind though.
With the
it would make sense.
If you imbue this paper with your chakra, it will react in a different way depending on your affinity. For Naruto, the chakra was sliced in half, right? Signaling that he had a wind affinity. For Kakashi, the paper would crinkle up and fold in a bunch of places, signaling that he had a lightning affinity.
It could be lightning.
All we know for sure is that Boruto is highly talented when it comes to his change in chakra nature, right? He knows how to use wind, lightning, and even water release. He was able to use wind and lightning changes in chakra nature before even graduating from the academy. And all we know is that he's highly skilled and very talented when it comes to chakra nature transformations, right? And
that's the thing about Boruto. He's good at all 3 of these. I seen him make some crazy ass waves with water release. Who was he fighting? Aoi? Yes. He created some crazy waves doing that. Wasn't it a ninja tool he was using? I can't remember. He was using some type of tool to amp his power. With lightning release, I haven't seen him use too many lightning jutsus except Thunderclap Arrow and using it in the Rasengan to create the Vanishing Rasengan. Now, wind release, that's what we seen him use most. But it would be a kind of a plot twist if his nature affinity ended up being lightning. Shit, it would be kind of insane if it was water. I would love to know that, but I'm like maybe 75% sure it's wind.
When it comes to creating these new Rasengans, right? He learns them incredibly fast. So all we know for sure is that Boruto has a new Rasengan, right? But based off of the visuals alone, Boruto opens his hand, right? Like he would any other normal Rasengan.
Okay.
Yet we don't see anything actually form. However, what we do see are spirals of wind chakra form around Boruto. And it actually surrounds his entire body, almost like he's cloaked in chakra or covered with chakra, okay? So, what if we take all the characteristics of everything Boruto has been able to do with the Rasengan, and then we combine it, and we add the extra boost in power you would get if you add your actual chakra nature affinity to a jutsu, right? So what if Boruto's Rasengan is there, but it's invisible?
Yeah, just like Naruto. That's how he created the Rasen Shuriken. And y'all know how powerful that attack is. It attacks you at a cellular level. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is making me kind of think now. Boruto's chakra nature or his chakra affinity could be lightning. We don't know. But if it's lightning and he had it to like the high compression Rasengan or something like that, go say your prayers.
Vanishing Rasengan, which is why we can't see it, even though his hand opens up like he's creating a Rasengan.
Yeah, you can't see it.
What if the spiraling chakra surrounding Boruto is similar to the characteristics he acquires when he uses the wind style Rasengan?
Very much so.
He's able to add it to his entire body.
I like
because
this.
He's playing with the change in chakra shape. He's been out here playing with the chakra shape transformation.
I like that.
Rasengan. He's able to compress it. Who's to say he's not able to stretch it out and surround his entire body? Right?
That's
the
crazy.
First time we've seen a Rasengan in Naruto actually cloak the user with chakra in this fashion. In Naruto The Lost Tower, this was a filler movie, but still, Minato and Naruto combine their Rasengan.
I remember this too.
Create a huge, unstable Rasengan. Like the orb is shaking around and changing shape. It doesn't maintain its sphere-like quality. But this supreme ultimate Rasengan, which is the name, also covers Naruto in a cloak of wind chakra or just chakra in general, and it acts like a barrier ninjutsu. So while it has amazing offensive capabilities, this added cloak or barrier of chakra also gives him defensive capabilities, capable of blocking off projectile attacks while he closes in for the attack. So maybe Boruto has created something similar to the Hyuga clan's rotation, since we know they can release chakra out of all.
That's what I said. That's what I said he was doing. Definitely.
In order to achieve rotation. Or
gotta be rotation, something like that.
Sasuke is able to perform
oh man, y'all gonna be excited.
Where he surrounds himself with lightning chakra in order to subdue and paralyze close range targets.
Yeah, y'all gonna be excited, man.
Sasuke, right? And what if, because not only Boruto is able to play with the shape transformation, but he can add a new chakra nature affinity that he's been training with Sasuke to discover and perfect, right? Now, this Typhoon release Rasengan, right, adding all these characteristics to it, would be highly deadly, because for one, Sasuke's actually faced off against this Kekkei Genkai firsthand. He's probably the only person who's ever faced off against it and lived, so he understands the true power and potential it possesses. Adding this type of chakra nature Kekkei Genkai to a Rasengan would only increase its power even further. And remember, the base Typhoon release required perfect Susanoo to overcome, which was again stated to be relative to the Biju. So imagine Typhoon release imbued into a Rasengan that's being used at an invisible state that is also acting as a defensive barrier.
Imagine, yo, he's wildin'. He's wildin'. What? Well, if it's invisible. Oh my god. Yo, it's so funny because I can imagine Code just being like, nothing happened. What was you gonna do? And he tries to blitz Boruto and just gets shredded. Bro, that is amazing. Bro, this video is amazing, bro. That's crazy. I would have never thought about that. Like, how do you even think about that? Oh my goodness.
Because Boruto is stretching the chakra around his entire body. This would be huge right now, because we have to scale it to code, right? And we have to add the lethality required, since Boruto's saying he wants to put code in the ground. All right, he's done with code. He tried the talk no jutsu. Code's not having it. He says, I could easily kill you, and then he goes and activates Rasengan UZUHIKO. And the UZUHIKO might actually be inspired from the Shinto god of wind, SHINJUTSU, right? This is literally a god people
I can't
would
stop laughing,
shrines
bro.
up to, so that they could protect their lands from typhoons. So is it possible that Boruto hasn't actually discovered his true chakra nature affinity?
Wow.
Since his talent with all these different chakra natures might actually signal that he has an affinity for a chakra nature Kekkei Genkai. He's never taken that paper test to discover what his actual affinity is. He thinks it's wind, Sasuke thinks it's lightning. It could be a combination of the two, right?
It could be.
I want to leave this one to you guys in the comments.
It could be a combination.
What do you think are going to be the characteristics?
I mean, the paper just cut and crinkle up or something.
New Rasengan, the Rasengan UZUHIKO. Again, we've got people translating this to mean the thundering whirlpool, all right, or the Vortex Lord. And it has connections to a Shinto god, SHINJUTSU, the god of wind. So I wouldn't put it past Kishimoto to take advantage of all of the information we have here and create something crazy, bringing back Typhoon release from the novelization he helped write, and Sasuke being the only person to ever witness it in battle would be a perfect person to help Boruto learn how to use it. Now,
that'd be interesting.
I've been your man's the Grass Ninja, signing out.
Hey, so he's saying Boruto's nature affinity could be a mixture of these both, because he's equally as good as both. At wind nature, lightning nature, he's good equally. So mix those two, his affinity would be Typhoon release. And if that's the case, that Rasengan is going to kill Code, 100%. It should be able to. Maybe you add some type of karma juice into it, I don't know, but some type of ants Boruto could do, he can make it unalive Code, easily. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did, because that was insane. Make sure y'all go check out the Grass Ninja. Bro, again, amazing video, bro. This is probably the best one I've seen so far, explaining the UZUHIKO. Convinced me that Typhoon release might be a thing. But anything, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and check out the 1,000 sub special. Yet again, it's going to be in a link down below in the description. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.